Well, speaking of school, the first day of school in New York City is less than a month away. It's a fresh start for a lot of people, and the whole family can actually pitch in to help with the school preps, even aunties and uncles. I call myself the fun team. So Vanessa Coffins is the editor-in-chief of Bella Magazine. She's here with some tips to help us. First of all, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, let's begin with your kids.
Yes.
What grade are your kids in, and are you ready?
Never ready, but I have two kids. My oldest is going to be a junior in high school, and my youngest is going into 7th grade.
Wow.
Yeah, so, I mean, as far as being ready, thankfully we have like a lot of backup stuff from last year, so we're kind of there.
Okay.
We're kind of there.
Okay, so getting back in the swing of things
Yeah.
can be hard for parents, but especially for the little ones transitioning from summer to now a scheduled sleep time.
Yeah.
What do you do leading up to the days of school?
So you have to create a routine, and you have to get them into that routine the sooner the better. We try to 2 weeks right before they start school, getting them into the habit of going back to bed at their regular time and waking up early, because trust me, that first day of school, as excited as they may be, they will never get up. They just won't. So you got to get them back in their routine slowly.
Right. Okay, let's talk about routine. One of
Yeah.
the routines and things that you'll have to do is homework.
Yes.
You know, a lot of kids will sit at the kitchen table.
Yeah.
I was one of those kids that like to do my homework in my room on my bed, but then I would fall asleep.
Yeah.
So then we had another problem. So should you create a special space for kids to do their homework?
You should. One of the things that I have found over the years that both of my kids thrive in is to have a designated area to do their schoolwork in, whether it can be the kitchen table, but making sure that that space is clean and clutter-free for them to focus on. We actually built, through COVID, my husband and I, a home office where we have a space for each of them to set up, and they have a light and they have what they need, and their supplies are right there. So like they don't have to fumble when they go sit down and do their homework. Everything is there where they need it, and that just creates, again, routine.
Yeah.
And it sets them up for success.
Yeah, so you're not fumbling around looking for erasers
Yes.
or pencils
Yeah.
and pens. Okay, let's talk about goal setting before the first
Yes.
day of school.
So
what should they do?
We tend to focus a lot on academic goals, and I really would love if parents and children can come together with, more personal goals. Maybe this year your son wants to try to be a little bit more organized, or they want to try out for a new club, or they want to just, socialize a little bit more. And those are all very important and personal goals. And academically, maybe try a new class that is of interest to them. So, yeah, be sure to create them together so that you can set them up for success as well on that.
Okay, this is my favorite part to talk about. For those who are the funties, the fun aunties like myself, or the funkle.
Yeah.
They want to help out when they can. They live in a rich auntie life. So how can they help out with getting kids
Trust
back
me,
to school?
any parent would be happy to lease out their children, take them shopping, help them do their homework, and also show up for their extracurricular activities. My son is an avid basketball player, and there's nothing more exciting to him than to have an extra family member there cheering him on. And funkles and fonts can be part of that mix too, and it creates camaraderie between the family and everyone, and it's just supportive, and it's something that you could do, especially the homework part.
Yeah.
Because girl, I can't do 6th grade math. I
might find you a tutor. Rich auntie might have you a tutor.
Love that for them.
What about if your child is a little anxious about the first day?
Yes.
How do you help calm those nerves?
So my oldest was actually very nervous. I would always think it was excitement, but it was always nervous. It's the first day of school, new friends, new situations, new scenarios. I've taught them to just, sit with those feelings the day before school and address them when we talk about them, and to see it as an opportunity to make new friends. At the end of the day, it's a new experience. I always tell them everyone is just as freaked out as you are.
Yeah.
So, just take it as it comes and try to have fun with it.
And pick out your outfit the day before and lay it out so you're not fumbling in the morning.
Yes.
Vanessa Coffins, always great to have you in here.
Thank you so much for having me.
And for more lifestyle tips, you can check out Bella Mag on Instagram at Bella Mag. You see right there, C-O.